Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading, on October 6, 2024, late afternoon. It's Sunday. I wanted to thank everybody for joining in the chat last night. It started just around 10 p.m. and it ended just about 20 minutes before midnight. I was going to stay on until midnight, but we had some technical difficulties where the chat started to buffer on both ends, both on your end and my end, and nobody could hear me. And even though we could type in the chat, there was no sound. And even though we kind of refreshed our screens and stuff, it just didn't work. So I signed off. But anyway, when I uploaded the video and then went to replay it this morning, I did not see the chat there. It's like it disappeared. I'd written to YouTube to ask them what happened to the chat log and why the screen froze up, etc. I did not hear back from them, but I did hear back from some of you guys who said that the chat was missing, but it suddenly reappeared. Okay, so, and I also noticed that even though the chat was buffering during that time and we could chat via the chat log, the live stream actually stopped recording. So you can hear that end abruptly if you listen to it this morning or sometime today. But anyway, in the live, I was reading a chapter from the book by Sol Esprit, Servants of the Lie. And it's a really interesting book. It's very, very informative, and it's extremely straightforward. It is not sugar-coated at all. And they were discussing Freemasonry as a religion and how their god is Lucifer, Satan, which he uses interchangeably in his book. We also discussed gaslighting, numerology, and the fact that there are empty houses that pop up around the target. Like, you may move in and then your long-term neighbor moves out and then it's occupied by, paid informants, etc. Or there are houses in the neighborhood that remain vacant for very long periods of time. I mean, Tina Plackinger mentioned this on one of her recent videos, that the houses remained vacant for 11 years and then suddenly groups of people moved in. So that's pretty much what they do. They buy up these houses and use them for whatever they want, whether they're for surveillance, for housing their equipment to target a person. So, and also, my interview with Andrew, the Onion Head Andrew guy, that David A. interviewed, I shouldn't say I interviewed with him. We had a Zoom chat on Thursday, and it had to be broken up into 4 different segments because when you get the free version of Zoom, you only get a certain amount of time, and then it just automatically cuts you off. But you can have several of those, and then you have to splice it together. So we did that sort of 4 times. I mean, the first one, I was actually speaking about some of my targeting. But going on to the second, third, and fourth one, it really wasn't about me. I really wasn't saying all that much except asking a couple of questions. It was mostly about his travels and his experience with traveling and religions and detoxing from this. The nanotechnology, the synthetic biology and stuff. So I wanted to discuss something about essential oils. I've been using them for years and years, and you really don't need to use a lot of them. They're extremely potent, and you have to be very careful about what essential oils you use, how much, and around your animals. So there's certain essential oils you do not want to use around your animals, although you can wash with them in your laundry. So I wanted to find out and report more on essential oils that cleanse and purify the air. And I'm going to list some of them for you guys. Because not only do we have to detox our bodies, but, what they're spraying in the air is happening 24/7. It's all the time. Although the skies look kind of okay today. They actually looked a little bit better yesterday. They're kind of white today, but it is kind of nice out. But it's happening on a regular basis, not just here, but it's happening across the country, across the world, I would imagine. So there are essential oils that cleanse and purify the air. They're highly valued for their ability to neutralize odors, kill airborne bacteria, and create a fresh and revitalizing atmosphere. Here are some of the most effective essential oils for air purification along with their qualities. So number one is tea tree oil. Now this is very potent stuff. I have to tell you, it's very, very potent. Some people don't like the smell of tea tree oil, but it's very cleansing. It's antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal. The benefits are that tea tree oils are powerful for eliminating bacteria, viruses, and fungi in the air, making it excellent for preventing illnesses. Its fresh, medicinal scent helps neutralize odors. So, you know, a lot of people, I have to tell you, I watch a lot of prepping channels and homesteading channels. I've never once heard anybody say to prep with essential oils. So I'm telling you guys, it might be a good idea to buy a couple of bottles of these essential oils. It's not something you're just going to find out there in the wilds or whatever, and they take a long time to cure and create. I mean, it could be weeks and weeks, sometimes months in the closet. So buy yourself a couple of bottles of essential oil. Number two is eucalyptus oils. The properties are it's antiseptic, antibacterial, and antiviral. The benefits are that eucalyptus oil is refreshing and helps clean the air of bacteria and allergens. It's particularly good during cold and flu season as it opens airways and promotes respiratory health. And I add eucalyptus and or tea tree oil to my laundry. It makes it smell really nice. Then there's lemon oil, and this is really good. Keep the lemon oil around too if you want to kill some bugs. Lemon oil, the properties are antimicrobial, antiviral, and deodorizing. The benefits are that lemon oil is known for its uplifting, clean, and citrus scents. It cuts through unpleasant odors, it disinfects the air, and adds a bright, fresh atmosphere to any room. Then, of course, there's one of my favorites is lavender oil. The properties are antimicrobial, antiviral, and calming. The benefits are that lavender has a soothing floral scent that purifies the air while promoting relaxation. Its antimicrobial properties also helps kill germs, making it perfect for bedrooms or relaxation areas. And I would place lavender oil, like if I was having trouble sleeping, whatever, directly underneath my nose, just like a little dot, a little dab, or on your chin and behind your ears, or in the temples of your forehead. Then there's peppermint oil. The properties are that it's antibacterial, antifungal, and refreshing. The benefits of peppermint oil is it has a very sharp, invigorating scent that clears out bad odors and bacteria. It's also known to repel insects, yes, adding to its purifying qualities. Then there's thyme oil, Thyme. It's antibacterial, antifungal, and antiviral. Thyme oil is highly effective against airborne pathogens, making it a potent disinfectant. Its strong herbal aroma can refresh stale air and boost immunity. So this would be good for all targeted people to purchase some thyme oil. And cinnamon oil. You've got to be careful with cinnamon oil. It is totally potent and strong. You need only a little bit. It's not like putting a little bit of cinnamon in your coffee. This stuff is strong. The properties are antimicrobial, antiviral, and deodorizing. With a warm, spicy scent, cinnamon oil not only deodorizes, but has a potent antimicrobial properties that help cleanse the air of bacteria and viruses. And frankincense oil. The properties are antibacterial, antiseptic, and spiritual purifying. Frankincense has a grounding, earthy scent that is deeply cleansing and purifying. It helps remove negative energy from the space while promoting a calm and meditative environment. I add frankincense oil to my Epsom salt baths. Then there's pine oil. The properties are antimicrobial, deodorizing, and cleansing. The benefits of pine oil is that it has a sharp, woody scent, and it's very effective in purifying and refreshing the air. It also helps clear respiratory passages and is great for energizing the atmosphere. Then there's clove oil. This is another one that's really very, very strong. Be careful with clove oil. properties are it's antibacterial, antiviral, and antioxidant. Clove oil's spicy, earthy scent has powerful antimicrobial properties, making it effective for killing germs in the air. It's also great for respiratory health and boosting immunity. It's also proposed that it's good if you've got like a tooth infection or whatever. It helps to cleanse that area. I mean, along with coconut oil, if you do oil pulling. How to use essential oils to purify the air? Well, you can use a diffusion method. Use an essential oil diffuser to disperse the oils into the air. This is the most effective way to cover large spaces. Then there's a spray, where you mix essential oils with water in a spray bottle and spritz it around the room to cleanse and deodorize. And I do that in my chicken coops. And I actually spray my porch with that to get rid of the bugs. Cleaning. You can add a few drops of essential oils to your cleaning water to help purify surfaces and refresh the air. These oils not only cleanse the air, but they also enhance the overall atmosphere of your living space with their uplifting and therapeutic qualities. So, I wanted to find out about essential oils that cleanse and purify the air and what their qualities are, because especially with, what's going on in the skies, what's going on with the technology, if you're a targeted person, you're inundated with toxins that are sprayed in your home environment, and it's a good idea to utilize some of these essential oils to disseminate them in your home environment. But I have to warn you, when I lived at 52 Sutton Drive in Manalapan, New Jersey, I would come home and find some of my most expensive essential oil jars empty. Brand new, unopened, would be opened and emptied. Yes, so beware. You might want to put them under lock and key, although, these criminals, they're really good with lock and keys, right? But anyway, this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. I'm going to show you something here. I was listening to a podcast a while back about, heavy metals and all that stuff. And these were some of the suggestions. Spirulina, cilantro, burdock root, ginkgo biloba, dandelion root, chaparral, which is like a weird mushroom. The dandelion root, I have to tell you, there are some really good dandelion root teas and coffees. They taste delicious. One is called Dandy. It's really good, and actually, if you mix it with your regular coffee, you can't even tell the difference. And the thing about it, it's not caffeinated. It's actually really delicious. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well on this Sunday. I'm going to sign off for now, and I'm going to record another video. I've got to get out and rake some leaves also, because it's starting to dry up because the sun is out, and I've got to go photograph the damage that was done in my outer field. And I checked, it was exactly a year to the date last year where the Zoom boy, the one that drives down the county road, the 30-something-year-old, 12-year-old that wants to get his kicks by making noise down the county road and then driving home and stuff. Well, he drove into my outer field last year and really tore it up. Well, he used a different vehicle than the creature that tore up my field this time. Okay? The person that tore up the field this time was pretty much directly after my interview with Richard Moore. Now, you have to understand, Richard has his own YouTube channel. He does his own thing. He writes and everything. And he's been covering police corruption for a long, long time. And he interviews people like me who also, record the police corruption as a targeted person. Now, what he did, he took it upon himself, and I cracked up. I have to tell you, I just laughed. So he created a couple of shorts. And one of them was of my neighbors. I don't know where he found these pictures. He found a photo of Scarlett and a photo of her husband, and he put them on shorts. And he played some hillbilly music in the background and talked about they were gang stalkers and whatever. I guess they didn't like that. But hey, gang stalkers, we're not just calling the kettle black. And I didn't create the video. So you want to go after somebody? Go after him. He'll tell you a thing or two. But anyway, so after that, I did see a vehicle drive down the county road, and I thought it sounded a little more unusual, and I thought it went into my outer field, and I actually looked, but I didn't see anything. And the reason I didn't see anything was the grass was so high, because we've had all this rain and we had to wait for it to dry out, and I really didn't see the tire marks from where I was. Like, even if when I went out into my little field here, I didn't see it until the landscaper yesterday told me that they dug up the field again. So I remember thinking that I heard and saw somebody, but it wasn't Zoom Boy up the block. I mean, he's very distinctive. He likes to make noise, you know. He's like one of those people. He's like one of those kids. Remember in junior high school or grammar school, there was always that bad boy in the back of the classroom. The teacher would always say, if you keep acting up, the whole class is going to be punished because of you. And the whole class would be like, shut up, shut up, shut up. And then that kid in the back of the room, he still wanted his attention and everything. And he'd make the whole class go into timeout because of his dirty deeds. Well, that's like my neighbor up the block. I don't know, he's in his 30s, maybe late 30s. And he's obviously a perp. You know, he gets off on zooming his car down the county road. And even one of the cops said, oh yeah, I know who it is. Okay, if you know who it is, how come he wasn't arrested? Duh. Okay, so anyway, it was not him. He cannot take credit for the damage to my outer yard this time. But I would bet, I'd place a bet. I'd place $100 bet. I don't have any more money than that, but I'd place a bet that it was either Eddie Marks or his son. Yeah. Yeah, I'd place a bet on that. Absolutely. But anyway, this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading, exposing one criminal at a time here in Jackson County, Kentucky. And I hope everybody's having a good day. I'm going to sign off for now.